Before we get started with the animation part, I would like us to set up lighting and get an image of that character now. So have lightly touch the rendering workflow. So I would like to move. I'm moving the character to the center of the scene. I'm going to reset the scene, the cursor in the view with the Shift C, and adding a plane from the add menu, which is open with the Shift A shortcut. And I'm going to split this view here. The way I like doing is having a small camera view there. So I've just added a camera to the scene, and with a 0 on numpad, you can switch your view to a camera view. And I'm also, this small window, I'm switching to rendered view. So that way I can actually see how the image is going to look with all the lighting. Depending on how much computational power your computer has, keeping this view in rendered mode all the time might not be a very good idea. So you try and see if your computer can handle it. If it can, then just switch to it sometimes. So an F12 calls a render. And we can see how it looks as well. But let's switch to cycles, which gives us much better results. It's a physically accurate rendering engine. But we're gonna have to recreate the materials maybe. So I'm gonna create a new material, give it a name, and in the color I'm gonna choose the image texture. And choose the texture that we had. Oh, yeah, sorry, this is some old texture that I had. Yeah, this one works good. And I had this dome light before, and let's replace it with something else, like sunlight for now, just so we have some basic lighting. And rotate it a little bit so we get some shadows. Maybe increase the intensity. Now let's see how it looks from the camera. And just fine-tune the composition of the frame so it looks more interesting. Something like that. Just rotate it. It's fully up to you how you set up the camera. This is a perspective that I kind of like. And mm, we can also fine-tune the settings of the rendering, or just switch to a preset that gives us better results, which is final, and press F12 and wait for the rendering. If you have a computer with a strong GPU, with a powerful GPU, I'm sorry, you can try switching to GPU computation, which is way faster for most scenes. But if you don't, then you don't have a choice, and you have to render on the CPU. In case of GPU, you usually increase the bucket size because a GPU is not very uh, it doesn't like working with this is a lot of buckets. It doesn't work with a lot of buckets because, for example, I have two buckets right now because I have two GPUs in my system. But you would have one if you have one GPU, so just make it one big one. Mm. But if you don't, once again, if you don't have GPU, then just use CPU rendering, which is the way we've always used to render anyway. Now that you have this image, you can save it as any file uh, from the image menu, and yep, this is how you render a still image. Let's get to animation.